Hello and welcome to the lesson. We continue with the subject meetings. The topic is meetings of county and national assembly. Today we discuss the limitations of debate. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the limitations of debate in the national and the county assemblies in Kenya. These rules, candidates are designed to balance the right of members to free expression with the necessity of maintaining order, relevance, and also efficiency in the legislative process. So these rules are primarily found in the standing orders of each house, and they include several specific limitations. And one such rule is the sub judice rule. Sub judice rule. Number one, sub judice rule. This rule is a limitation on debate in the national and county assemblies. It is one of the most critical limitations on parliamentary debate. And what do we mean by sub judice rule? Now, a matter is considered sub judice when it refers to an active criminal or civil proceedings in a court of law. All right? And the limitation is that members are prohibited from discussing such matters in the House if the discussion is likely to prejudice the fair determinations of those proceedings. So this rule, in effect, protects the independence of the judiciary and prevents Parliament from interfering with ongoing legal cases. So that is a limitation, the sub judice rule. Then number two, we have the limitation on speeches and content. Limitation on speeches and limitation on content. Limitation on speeches and limitations on content. Now, here we are referring to relevance. There is a limitation in relation to relevance. How is relevance a limitation, candidates? Now, a member's contribution in the House debate must be strictly relevant to the motion or matter under consideration, because straying away from the subject is considered out of order, and that is a limitation. Then number two, we have anticipating debate. Anticipating debate. A member cannot discuss a bill, a report, or a motion that the House is already scheduled to discuss in the near future, because that would anticipate the formal debate, and that is a limitation. Another limitation is in relation to reading speeches. So here we have limitation on speeches and content. So we have reading speeches. Members are generally prohibited from reading speeches, though short extracts from written documents are allowed for support. When you are making your contributions, you can refer to extracts from certain documents, but you are not allowed to read speeches, because that rule encourages spontaneous, it encourages engaging debate. Because if you read from speeches, the debates will not be engaging. There is also what we call content restrictions. Content restrictions. Content restrictions. Here, candidates, members are barred from making adverse references to the conduct of the head of state, to the conduct of the speaker, and also the conduct of judges without a substantive motion. Similarly, using excerpts from the media as authorities in the House is also restricted. So these are limitations on speeches and limitations on content. Then candidates, there is number 3, limitations in regard to procedural and time. Procedural and time. Procedural and time limitations. Procedural and time limitations. Procedural and time limitations. There are time limits, candidates, as we saw in our last session, where the speaker can limit or assign a specific number of minutes for each speaker in the House. So here the speaker, often acting on a procedural motion, can restrict the time that is allocated for debate on a specific motion or bills. That ensures that the House can clear its legislative backlog effectively because of limiting time on the number of minutes that the members are required to speak. So that is time limitation. Then there is also the speaking frequency. There is a limitation on frequency. Speaking frequency. Now, a member is generally permitted to speak only once to a specific question, with limited exceptions, such as in the committee of the whole House, or to offer personal explanation. So members are restricted from the number of times they are to speak during a question. Are you following, candidates? Yes, we are discussing the limitations of debate in the National Assembly and the county assemblies. Still on procedural and time limitations, we have what we call closing debate. Closing debate. Here, candidates, once the speaker puts the question, no further debate is permitted. Once the speaker puts the question, that is to mean formally calls for a vote. When a speaker calls for a vote on a matter, then no member is required to make any contribution on that matter. So putting the question means formally calling for a vote. So that is yet another limitation. So in closing, candidates, these are the limitations. But in closing, let us discuss the role of the speaker. In closing this lesson on limitations of debate, you want to discuss briefly the role of the speaker, who acts as the arbiter of these rules. The speaker acts as the arbiter of these rules. The speaker has the authority to admit or inhibit motions. Admit or inhibit. The speaker has the power to inhibit, number 1. The speaker may also have the power to admit. That is the word. Admit, prohibit. The speaker has as an arbiter, has the power to admit or inhibit. Inhibit is the right word. Let me use the word inhibit. The speaker has the power to admit and inhibit. The speaker can admit. The speaker can declare a motion inadmissible if it is too lengthy, or if it violates standing orders, or if it's inconsistent with the dignity of the House. It can declare a motion inadmissible. The speaker can also enforce orders. Enforce order. The speaker has the power to enforce order. If a member uses unparliamentary language or makes unsubstantiated allegations or persistently interrupts proceedings, the speaker can order the member to retract their remarks, can order the member to apologize, or to withdraw from the chamber. These are the roles of the speaker when it comes to limitations of debate. And that's the end of our today's lesson on limitations of debate in the national and in the county assemblies, which we have said these limitations are designed to balance the right of the members to free expression with the necessity of maintaining order. So first of all, there is a limitation on the sub judice rule. Members are prohibited from making comments on matters that are in court. Then there are also limitations on speeches and content like relevance, anticipating debate, reading speeches, and also content restrictions. There are also procedural and time limitations like the time limit, these are the number of minutes that members are required to speak. There is a speaking frequency and also closing debate. So that is the end of today's lesson on limitations of debate. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.